Greetings everyone, and welcome to part 55 of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. And what's this? What the path to Hollow Bastion is gone? We cannot go back at this time? What happened? I mean, something has to have happened between the time that we left Hollow Bastion with Kairi, and now, was it the Heartless? Was it Ansem? Was it both? What's going on? Well, there is nothing else to do at the moment but to head back to Traverse Town to plan our next move. Now, technically, you can go to any of the other worlds and do any of the cleanup that, well, you missed out of, you know, getting those rare Final Mix Heartless so that you can get some synthesis items and whatnot. But I should warn you that because of Sora's actions back in Hollow Bastion, the Heartless have gotten stronger not only in Traverse Town, but everywhere else. So, yeah, their battle levels of the worlds would have gone up. Now, this problem with gummy ships and travel, well, there is one man that we need to talk to in order to solve this problem. But beforehand, we're going to go and collect some postcards, you see, because, well, I want to finish that little side quest up before we move on. Of course, there's one in Geppetto's house. I don't know how he got a hold of one, but, well, it's mine now. And in the synthesis shop right here, the Moogles have one right here. I don't know why they have one themselves, and maybe they thought it was pretty, but yeah. And believe it or not, folks, we have one more postcard to collect before we are done. But before we collect that card, let's talk to good old Sid right here. And yeah, we kind of need to in order to advance the plot, so yeah. Let's see, blah 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 blah. Heartless are multiplying by the minute. They'd eat your ship up. Yeah, of course, it's made of gummies. I mean, gummies are good. Go around them, you I see what... So, yes. Take a new route. So, yeah, folks, instead of going the direct route, we're going to have to go through the back door, you see. And, of course, Sid just happens to have a gummy that will lead you to a new path so that we can head back to Hollow Bastion. Isn't that convenient? And he hit it in the waterway 9 years ago, so guess where our next stop is? Now, I should point out that don't do what I'm doing right here, folks. What I'm doing is I'm going to the alleyway this way, but it won't work because, as you're about to see here, there are crates that we cannot move at all. And why is this there in the first place, this entryway? Well, the only reason this little area exists is to, well, put a treasure chest in. And if I recall correctly, I believe a group of puppies was in that treasure chest, if I remember. It's been a while, folks. I mean, we're at part 55, and oh boy. Don't worry, folks, we only have a few more parts left before we actually finish the game. And don't worry, I will tackle those super bosses in a few videos. But for right now, we need to, well, actually, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually going to go and collect that final postcard. Something that I should have done much earlier, you know, back when the Heartless were weaker, as it were, and not a threat. So... oh boy. Okay, so let's go on here. Now, where's the final postcard, you may ask? Well, it's actually in the 3rd district. So we need to make our way to the 3rd district a different way, you see. Now, I don't see any Heartless here, but I think it's because a sniper wild's in the area, and I don't want it to see me. Of course, I'm on the rooftops, so the chances of it seeing me are, well, they are possible if the sniper wild can jump really, really high, at least. I got Mithril Shard, so next up, the 3rd district. Now, here's a fun fact about this area of the 3rd district. This is where Donald and Goofy were hanging around before they encountered their first Heartless, and were tossed off this balcony and collided with Sora for the first time. So yeah, this is brings back old memories, you see. It's kind of like we're going full circle, you know, because yeah. Of course, I hate this command menu. I have to wait for it to turn blue before I can get that postcard, which is just right there. Oy. Come on, you stupid dark balls. Up here. There you are. Of course, I don't want to risk, falling off this area and me having to do some backtracking back to this area, It's all time-consuming and stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to spam Thunder when I get the chance, Where are you, you stupid enemy? They're clipping through the walls? What? Okay. Is that it? Ah, thank goodness. Whew! Postcard, and that's that. We are done with the postcard. Okay. So, yeah, nothing else to do right now but to head to the secret waterway and get that navigational gummy from Sid's secret hiding place. Alright, so, yeah. Let's just keep going. Getting more dark balls, and now we have wizards, too. At this point, it's actually a good place to, Traverse Town's a good place now to do some leveling up because some of these enemies can yield a bunch of XP, experience points, if you really need the experience points, Oh, hi, Kairi. What are you doing here? Yes, it is almost hypnotizing. And how did Kairi get down here in the first place? I mean, sure, she's a Princess of Heart, but what kind of powers does a Princess of Heart possess? I mean, besides restoring someone to their normal state, like Sora here. And yes, folks, here we are. We just gotten our hands on our navigational gummy, and yeah, we just need to go talk to Sid so he can install it, and then we can head back to Hollow Bastion. But first, let's go and talk to Kairi because, well, it's kind of important. You see, it'll trigger a cutscene. I mean, the dialogue here implies that they're going to go off together, but the following cutscene will pretty much, bleh.
A light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, your grandma's story, right?
That's right. We were together.
You know what's funny? I looked everywhere for you, but you were with me all along. Finally, we're together, Kairi. Now, it's time to get Riku back.
You think it'll ever be the same again between us? Riku's lost his...
When I turned into a Heartless, you saved me, remember? I was lost in the darkness. I couldn't find my way. As I stumbled through the dark, I started forgetting things. My friends, who I was. The darkness almost swallowed me. But then, I heard a voice. Your voice. You brought me back.
I didn't want to just forget about you, Sora. I couldn't.
That's it! Our hearts are connected. And the light from our hearts broke through the darkness. I saw that light. I think that's what saved me. No matter how deep the darkness, a light shines within. I guess it's more than just a fairy tale.
Well, let's go!
You can't go.
Why not?
Because it's way too dangerous.
Come on, Sora. We made it this far by sticking together. You can't go alone.
Kairi, even if we're apart, we're not alone anymore, right?
I can't help?
You'd kind of be in my way.
Okay. You win. Take this. It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Promise?
Promise.
Don't ever forget. Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
Aw, we got your lucky charm. And thanks to the lucky charm, we can now use the Keyblade Oathkeeper. And Oathkeeper is a pretty decent Keyblade in my opinion. And it gets its own trophy. What the heck? I mean, granted, we've been gathering keyblades, or, well, keychains to make different keyblade forms throughout this game, but Oathkeeper gets its own trophy? What the heck? And speaking of what the heck, we have another Final Mix exclusive cutscene featuring Riku. And of course, like the first Final Mix cutscene involving Riku, he has no dialogue, so it's kind of weird, you know, not hearing his voice coming out. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking throughout this entire cutscene. So, where is Riku, you may ask? Well, Riku here is in the realm of darkness. Now, how did he end up here? If you recall back in Hollow Bastion, you know, when Ansem's about to, you know, kill Kairi because her purpose has been served, Riku interfered, right? You know, managed to stop Ansem from killing her because, well, remember, Ansem hijacked Riku's body, and Riku was actually still inside his own body when it happened. Now, Ansem thought this as a weakness, so what did he do? Well, he booted Riku out of his own body, and Riku's, well, here now, his spirit, or his heart, I should say, because remember, in the world of Kingdom Hearts, the heart is essentially the soul. I believe I mentioned that last part, so, yeah. So who is Riku talking to right now? Well, if you saw the end of, well, the original version of the first game, well, you can pretty much take a guess who it is. And for those who are savvy enough to figure it out, well, yeah. I'm not going to say anything for those who don't know, but, let's just say that this scene right here actually kind of, sort of makes the end of the first game kind of make sense, because Riku and, well, I'm going to spoil things a little bit. Riku and the mysterious person that Riku's talking to show up for no apparent reason, but it's the game's way of trying to justify their appearance. I'm trying to say that, you know? 2 keyblades, 2 ways to seal the door, you know, that sort of thing. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to go back and mention something about this whole cutscene weirdness, you know? Back when Sora and Kairi were talking to each other, you know? And, okay. See, here's Oathkeeper right here. I notice it lacks strength, but it's good with MP, so, you know what? It looks pretty. I think I'll use it for a little while, you see. And, yeah. Anyway, back to that cutscene right here, between Sora and Kairi. Again, it's so jarring to hear that, those flat faces with the wah-wah-wah mouse, and then certain frames later have them fully animated, fully expressive, you might say, and, geez Louise, those Kairi lips, they're too big. It's like, Anyway, for those of you who have been following my playthrough since, well, the beginning, you might recall that in part 3, you know, the part where I was gathering supplies for the raft, you know? That keychain, that thing that Kairi was working on, that was the Lucky Charm, right there. So, yeah, Lucky Charm. Nice little callback, you see. I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, it's to help guide sailors safely to their destination, I believe. If I think that was it. I can't recall really without looking things up, and I'm too lazy to look things up right now. Now, Oathkeeper is not that bad, really. I mean, granted, you get more magical power. I believe it's the only... I think it's the only Keyblade I have at the moment that has the most MP available. So, yeah, I have 8 levels of MP to use, or possibly more because of that yellow bar allows me extra cast. But, yeah, overall, it looks cool, and I'm showing it off because... why not, you see? It's essentially a promise to Kairi. Come on. Come on here, you stinking wizards. Now, granted, I will not use Oathkeeper for the rest of the playthrough. I mean, I will use it at least one more time, but not for a little while, you see. I'm going to be getting another Keyblade that will be a bit stronger, and that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, I got what I needed, so we're off to, well, Sid, so that he can install our navigational gummy, and Search Ghosts are here as well now? What the heck? What? You know, I shouldn't be wasting my time here. I can just go, you know. But it's just me showing off that fancy little, Oathkeeper Keyblade, because, remember, it's a promise from Kairi to Sora, and all that sort of thing. Alright. Yeah, Search Ghosts are here now too, so... Come on. Come on. Did I get him already? Ah, stupid dark balls. You know, past me, you can just leave. Just go. You can skip all this. You can go through the door. Nothing is preventing you from going back to the first district. Just go. That's right. Go through that door. Ignore the heartless threat. Alright. So let's go on and go talk to Sid right here. He'll install our navigational gummy so that we can head back to Hollow Bastion and take care of that keyhole once and for all. And, you know, there was also a mention of, well, the darkness not being as, well, pouring out as fast as it should have. Maybe it has something to do with 6 little or well, not little, 6 certain princesses that were left behind, you see, because who knows what kind of powers the princesses of Heart possess? And why is Alice lumped among them? I'm confused. Ah. All right, before we get out of here, let's mail the final postcards. Get synthesis item. AP up, which I will use right away, and defense up, which I will also use right away. And that's it for the 10 postcard side quests. Alright, so I'm gonna go level up Sora a bit, raise his defense, and raise his AP so I can use more skills. And then we'll head off back to Hollow Bastion, now that Sid has installed a new navigational gummy piece. So folks, we're getting close to the end, folks, because after Hollow Bastion, we have one more world left. And even though we have one more world after Hollow Bastion, there are still plenty of things to do. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, folks, we'll head off back to Hollow Bastion and seal that keyhole once and for all. So, see you next time.